That's why our energy security has been a top priority for my administration since the day I took office. We began early last year by making the largest investment in clean energy in our nation's history. It's an investment expected to create or save more than 700,000 jobs across America by the end of 2012. Jobs manufacturing next-generation batteries for next-generation vehicles. Jobs upgrading to a smarter, stronger power grid. Jobs doubling America's capacity to generate renewable electricity from sources like the sun and the wind, just like you do here. And that investment was all part of the Recovery Act. This facility took advantage of that Act's Advanced Energy Manufacturing Tax Credit. And we were just talking, Robert and I were talking about the fact that part of what's allowed us to have these new platforms and these new molds is this tax credit. It allowed you to add equipment and boost output and hire new workers right here in Fort Madison. So in the midst of the economic turmoil, the Recovery Act helped make it possible for America to install nearly 10 gigawatts of new wind generating capacity last year alone. And that's enough to power more than 2.4 million American homes. So when people ask you, what was the Recovery Act about? What was the stimulus about? It was about this plant. And each new wind farm has the potential to create hundreds of construction jobs and dozens of permanent local jobs in communities just like Fort Madison. Robert, we were talking about the fact that, who's catering the food here at the factory? That's suddenly a whole bunch of business for the local grocers. The folks who are installing the electricity here, additional work. So there's a ripple effect that occurs. And one study suggests that if we pursue our full potential for wind energy and everything else goes right, wind could generate as much as 20% of America's electricity 20 years from now. That's right, 20%. And Secretary Vilsack was telling me that Iowa is at the cutting edge. Iowa's already hit that mark, hasn't it? Because of Governor Culver and his predecessor, Tom Vilsack. It may be a reality right here in Iowa. This state already generates a higher percentage of its electricity from wind than any other state. And that number is only growing. That number is only growing. And as extraordinary as this facility is, here's the thing. Wind power isn't a silver bullet. It's not going to solve all our energy challenges. There's no single energy source. The key is to understand that this is a key component, a key part of a comprehensive strategy to move us from an economy that just runs on fossil fuels to one that relies on more homegrown fuels and clean energy. I believe that we can come together around this issue and pass comprehensive energy and climate legislation that will ignite new industries, spark new jobs in towns just like Fort Madison, make America more energy independent. Our security, our economy, the future of our planet all depend on it. This is what's possible in a clean energy economy. And while it may not feel like it every day when you punch in to all the folks who work here at Siemens, I want you to understand, you're making it possible. You are blazing a trail. You're showing America our future. And someday our children and our children's children will look back at this factory, this moment, and they will be proud at a generation that chose, in a time of crisis, to place its bet on the future and to reopen factories and restart assembly lines and retrain workers. A generation that chose once again to step forward and meet the challenges of our time. That's what this represents. That's what you represent, and we could not be prouder. So thank you very much, everybody. God bless you.